We found Blackwood Facility 7. The facility did not exist. At least, that's what the government claimed. There were no records, no maps, no satellite images, nothing. But hidden deep inside Blackwood Forest, our expedition found it anyway. And by the time we realized what Facility 7 had been built for, it was already too late. It started with a leaked document posted online. Most people ignored it. The file contained a blurry photograph of a concrete structure hidden among trees. At the bottom was a single line. Subject 07 has left the chamber. Nobody knew what it meant, but our team wanted answers. 3 weeks later, we entered Blackwood Forest. The forest was larger than expected. Miles of dense trees surrounded us in every direction. Locals refused to guide us. Some wouldn't even say the forest's name out loud. They claimed strange things happened there after dark. We laughed. At first. On the second day, we found the entrance. Half buried beneath vines and moss stood a massive concrete bunker. The structure looked abandoned. Yet something felt wrong. The metal doors were unlocked. Inside, emergency lights still glowed red. Electricity was somehow still running. The air smelled stale, as if nobody had opened the doors in decades. We entered cautiously. The facility stretched far underground. Hallways disappeared into darkness. Research equipment remained exactly where workers had left it. Coffee cups sat on desks. Papers covered the floors. Everything suggested people had vanished suddenly. Then we found the records room. Thousands of documents filled metal shelves. Most were damaged, but one folder remained intact. Project Subject 07. Inside were reports dating back to 1987. Scientists described an unknown life form discovered beneath Blackwood Forest. Nobody knew where it came from. Nobody knew what it was. The reports claimed the creature was unusually intelligent. It learned quickly, observed people, copied behaviors. One sentence appeared repeatedly throughout the documents. Subject 07 prefers to watch from a distance. At first, containment had been successful. The creature remained inside a reinforced chamber located on level B4. Then everything changed. The final report stated that Subject 07 escaped. No explanation was provided. No details. Only a warning. Do not enter the forest. The deeper we explored, the stranger things became. Eventually we reached an elevator. 4 buttons remained operational. B1, B2, B3, B4. A warning sign covered the B4 button. Access permanently revoked. Naturally, we pressed it. The elevator descended for nearly 2 minutes. When the doors opened, we entered the lowest level of the facility. The place was enormous, far larger than anything above it. Rows of shattered laboratories stretched into darkness. Broken glass covered the floor. Emergency lights flickered overhead. Then we found the chamber. A giant cylindrical containment unit stood in the center of a massive room. The glass had been destroyed from the inside. Painted across the wall behind it were enormous words. Subject 07 is not inside the facility. Silence filled the room. Nobody spoke. Then we noticed another message. Fresh scratches covered the concrete floor. Unlike the faded writing on the walls, these marks looked recent. Very recent. They formed a sentence. It never left. Several members of the expedition wanted to leave immediately. We should have listened. A loud metallic sound echoed somewhere in the darkness. Then another, and another. Something was moving through the abandoned laboratories. Slowly, deliberately, we turned our lights toward the noise. Nothing. Just darkness. Then one of our team members froze. He pointed toward the far end of the room. At first I saw nothing. Then I noticed it. A figure, standing hundreds of feet away, watching us, completely motionless. The shape appeared human, but something was wrong. Its proportions seemed unnatural. Too tall, too thin. We couldn't see its face, only its outline. Then the lights failed. Total darkness. For several seconds nobody moved. When the emergency lighting returned, the figure was gone. Panic spread through the team. We ran for the elevator. As the doors closed, I looked back one final time. The figure had returned. Closer now, standing beside the shattered containment chamber. Watching. The elevator finally reached the surface. We escaped the facility before sunrise. Officially, nothing was found. Authorities denied the existence of Facility 7. Denied Project Subject 07. Denied everything. But before leaving Blackwood Forest, we discovered one final thing. On the outer wall of the bunker, carved deep into the concrete, were 3 words. Words that did not appear in any report. Words that still keep me awake at night. He is back.